It's time for our weekly conversation with Pride of the Jaguars running back Fred Taylor. And here we go. The Jaguars now 2-6, headed to Philadelphia. There's no room for error from here on, Fred. How are you?
I'm good, JP. No room for error at all, man. We've been saying this for a few weeks now, but still, 9 games remain in the regular season. You're right there at the halfway mark. Still a lot of football. All you need to do is get hot. But you got to win one. You got to win one, and then you take that into perspective and try and get the next one. But each week is a one season or one week playoff approach type season for those guys, and they let that one last week slip away from them. They got to throw that one out and just look forward to this game. The Eagles are a really good team, having won 3 in a row. So it'll be interesting.
Big news around the Jaguars, of course, this week. Cam Robinson traded to the Minnesota Vikings. He's been here. He's the last guy on the 2017 playoff team still around for the Jaguars, so no longer. He's out of here. This will be Walker Little's chance the rest of the way to play left tackle in the final, 9 games of his rookie contract. So what do you make of the trade?
I think when you look at it across the board, where you have a Cam Robinson, someone who's operating under the new contract, and you have a young guy coming off his rookie deal who hadn't played a lot, you have more leverage, with the Walker Little and potential. So you look at leverage and potential when you look at players and all that stuff. So I believe it was a good deal, especially if Cam goes over and does well. It can turn into a higher round pick, an earlier round pick, I'll say, from that angle. So it could pan out. You can find a lot of good players in that fourth, fifth round, even the sixth round slot sometimes, especially at the lineman position. But it's Walker Little's term right now. He's the next man up. That's what you play for. You play for opportunity, and when it's your opportunity, you don't look back. So I hope he does well for all of the Jaguar faithful around the globe. He has 250 million reasons to play well.
We'll see what happens next week when Cam comes back with the Minnesota Vikings to play the Jaguars. We'll discuss that, of course, next week.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm looking forward to that conversation.
I think it's going to be interesting. We'll see if Travis Etienne Jr. is back in the mix this week, coming off the hamstring injury. If he is, how do you balance the carries this week?
I think you go with how the guys are feeling. Understand that Tank has had a hot hand even a week ago. He got some carries in there, had a great yardage per average carry. We all thought that we should have seen him touch it a few more times, but he has a hot hand, and he's running very effectively. He's quick, he's sharp, he's downhill, running with power, and the hamstrings are tricky. So even though there's potential chance that Travis can suit up, the hamstrings are one of those tricky. It's one of the trickier injuries you can have. As soon as you think you're ready from practice, you get in the game and try to burst and explode, and it lets you down. It's like having a flat tire doing 65 or 995 or JTB Parkway or something. You just pull over frustrated and the P word, it's off, that kind of stuff. And that's what we'll see if he has any setbacks. But we're going to hope that he doesn't have setbacks, and they'll get back to being that 1-2 punch. I think it's good, and I've said this, that it's better to have a really solid 1-2 punch where you can, in theory, minimize the potential for injury, or even give another or spell another guy when he's sort of banged up like a Travis Etienne. So we'll see. Keep our fingers crossed and hope he's 100%.
Fred Taylor with us. This Jaguars defense this week has its hands full against an Eagles offense that can run the football, physical offensive line, a dual threat quarterback, certainly. But Saquon Barkley is there now, second in the league in rushing yards. Give us the scouting report on Saquon from your perspective.
Don't flinch. You can't flinch. I mean, but it is Saquon, one of my top backs. I've said that since he entered the league 6 years ago. One of my favorite people, on the entire planet. Just amazing person, more so than a talented football player that he is. He's the complete package. He could do it all. He has the best jump cut ability of all the running backs in the entire NFL. He's explosive. He's fast. He runs with power. And if you flinch, like I said, he's gonna let you know. So the best way to attack Saquon is to just go at him. You can't hesitate. You have to just run through tackle and wait for the cavalry to hope that they're there to rally behind you. But you got to shoot your shot, and just go through them. The Troy Polamalu, that sort of approach. Don't break down, just go. And I hope that's the coaching theme for this week, because if you break your feet down and set your hips, you're going to give him too many options. And then you got to deal with those other guys in the passing game, which makes his game easier. Jalen Hurts, zone read ability, his mobility as a QB, his accuracy. You got Brown, A.J. Brown out there, who's a monster, big, strong, fast. He does it all. Intermediate, short, deep routes. Devontae Slim Smith, he can get deep behind you. Amazing prospect out of Bama. Just recently got him a brand new bag. So they're all paid up there. They're all excited. They're all on a roll now after starting 2-2. So Philly's a team, I think they're finding their mojo, and they can be tough to reckon with if you're not prepared.
Final thought about this Eagles defense that the Jaguars will have to face this week. How many Georgia players can you have on one defense, first of all? I mean, they're all over the field.
It should be illegal. It should be illegal of some sort. I mean, this is why Georgia has been as good as they've been the past several years in college. They have tremendous athletes coming out of Georgia the past several years. And not only that, the guys that come from those defenses, at all levels, linemen, linebackers, secondary, they've been absolutely great. And I don't know the real answer, JP, to that question, but they should make you cap at like half or 50% of your players. But there's very good defense, and they're only getting better.
They're only getting better. It's a good group. They don't take the ball away a lot, but they play good, solid defense all the way around.
Yeah, they keep themselves in the game. Yeah. They keep themselves in the game. You don't see them break down a lot. The secondary leader in big play Slay on the back end. Like I said, they got players on all levels. They give up some plays, but they bend and don't break. And a lot of times those turn into field goals. And they do just enough to stay in the game on a 3-game win streak. Let's see how it goes.
We're about to find out, and we'll catch up with you after the game, Fred. Appreciate it.
Man, I'll be right here. Be ready to go.